So it required one problem statement to solve. So we have one problem statement. Before that, you should know what is routing and scheduling. So routing and scheduling is a basic step of PPC, that is production planning control. So routing means a process of deciding the path of worker and the sequence of operation, and scheduling means start and finishing date or time for each operation, assembly and the finished product. In short, statement. Before that, you should know what is routing and scheduling. So routing and scheduling is a basic step of PPC, that is production planning control. So routing means a process of deciding the path of worker and the sequence of operation, and scheduling means start and finishing date or time for each operation, assembly and the finished product. In short, if we have a number of resources, then how to utilize that resources in proper way and decide which operation will first or priority. So by using Flexsim, we will simulate this problem. So we have one problem statement. Suppose we have three different type of product, then each having unique sequence of operation. Sequence of material given means there are three type of product, and trigger from one source means we need to generate three type of product from single source. Then all product collected in single queue. We have three processors. Each processor require one operator. Then Q2 means after processor 2, product collect on Q2, and here we required one transporter, that is one vehicle to pick and drop from Q2 to racks, different racks. Then atom 1 should be collected in rack 2. This is condition or sequence. Then type 2 product should be collected in rack 3. Type 3 should be collected in rack 1. Then color indicate for different product. For type 1 will give or by default having red color. Then type 2 having green color. Type 3 having blue. So this is a general scenario. Means we have one source, one queue, three processor with three operator, one queue and three sink or we called rack for collection. Then all parameters also given. Source arrival timing 180 seconds, then processing time for different machine, that is 600 and 600 seconds. Then capacity of queue 10,000. Then dispatcher which used to operate operators means sort task sequence priority according to priority, which operator operate on which machine. Then we required three operator, one transporter on Q2 to pick and drop to rack. Then rack 1, that is third output, rack 2 first and rack 3 second output. So this is our problem statement. So we will start with Flexsim. So here as usual, create new model from start, then fix or decide units according to SI, time, then length, fluid. Okay. Then first create model. So we required one source, place one source. Then we required two queue, that is Q1, then Q2, 3 processor, 1, 2 and 3. Then for output we require racks. From warehousing we select rack and drag 3 racks for 3 different products. Then we need 3 operator also. So select 3 operator near Q1, operator 1, 2, 3. Then for execution we required dispatcher, take from task executor and place near to operator. Then we required transporter, so select transporter from task executor. Please watch carefully. I am select transporter from task executor and place near to Q2. So in this way we create or place all required objects on floor. Then next step, that is connectivity of these resources. So select connect object, that is A, from source to Q1, Q1 to processor 1, Q1 to processor 2. Similarly to processor 3. Again connect all output of processor 1, 2, 3 collected in Q2. Sequence is important because here if you suppose connect Q2 to Q3 means product flow from Q2 to Q3, which is not possible. So select connect from processor to Q3. Last, product dispatch from Q2 to respective racks. This means connect Q2 to rack 1, Q2 to rack 2 and Q2 to rack 3. After that, connectivity from dispatcher to operator 1. Operator 1, then operator 2 and operator 3. Then we need to connect dispatcher to Q because operator collect product from Q1 and schedule or load on different processor. So we need to connect Q to dispatcher and dispatcher to processor. So for this we required connect central port S connection. So select Q1 to dispatcher and dispatcher to respective machines. Again select same, connect central port, dispatcher to processor 2. And last 1. Then again we need connect Q2 to transporter 1, Q2 to transporter 1. Okay. So in this way we complete our connectivity of different resources. Then define the property of each parameter. Start from source 1. So double click on source 1 and define arrival time and creation of 3 products. So source, then type, that is box. Arrival time, we define 180 second as per requirement. Flow, trigger means we create 3 different products. So on creation, click, then click on data, label and color, and here we define, you need to define 1:3. It means it will create 3 different products, that is red, green, blue in color in by default setting. Apply, OK. Then define Q. So Q1 we give capacity 10,000. Then flow product from Q1 to processor 1, processor 2 and processor 3 by their expression. So select send port by their expression, means first, that is red, pass to processor, green pass to processor 2 and blue pass to processor 3. So apply. Then we need to define processor time. We have processor time, that is 600 time to processor 2 and 3, 600. OK. Again for processor 3 same, that is 600. OK. If you run this same model, you can manage speed from here. So first condition satisfied, that is red pass from must processor 1, green pass from processor 2 and blue passing from processor 3. But third condition not satisfied, that is Q2 use transporter 1. Here we can't see transporter 1 peak and drop to respective. And again second condition, that is all 3 products collect in one rack only. Our condition that red product should be collected in rack 2 and green should be collected in rack 3 and blue should be collected in rack 1. So for that again we reset, then we define properties, that is Q size 10,000, then OK. In Q1 we forget to select flow using transport, means here we use operator. OK. Then we have certain sequence of product for respective rack. Here we use library toolbox, then click on tab, global tab, then we'll see matrix. Here we define root, so label it root. Then Q2 required 3 output, so row 3 and column. One, two, three means output of Q2 from port 1 should be 3. Sorry, here 2, 3 and 1 means output of Q2 means 1 connected to 2, 2 connected to 3 and 3 connected to 1 rack. Then apply this, double click on Q2, trigger means out, flow according to global table selection. Then we already defined matrix, that is root, apply and OK. Again reset and run the model. You can show I manage speed. So red color collected in rack 1, green rack 2 and blue in rack 3, means we can segregate different product in different route. If you see carefully, we need not require operator 3, means in this way we can check whether all resources are useful or not, or sequence is proper or not. So in this way